Hello! Today E-Hermes goes international. We're taking a fall Sunday drive from Northeast Ohio to Ontario, Canada. We're going to the small town of Welland and then Niagara on the Lake. Just a day trip, just want to see the sights, maybe see some fall foliage.
Welcome back to E-Hermes, your electric adventure travel channel. Please remember to subscribe, hit the like button, and hit that bell button to be notified of our upcoming content.
So to get some water and use the restrooms, we actually walked across the street to the Walmart, and here are the Electrify America superchargers. And lo and behold, it looks like they might all four be working.
Wow.
So here we are back on the road after charging at the Fredonia supercharger. We were there about 20 minutes, maybe half an hour. We walked across the street, as we said, and got some water, used the restroom, and caught up on a little social media, and here we are back on the road, headed now for, I think we're going to go to Port Erie and then Port Colborne, then up to Welland from there. Maybe we'll trace the path of the entire canal from Lake Erie up to Lake Ontario. Sorry about the wind. We may have to redo the sound with after we do this because it's so windy out here. This is the south end of the Welland Canal. It connects Lake Erie right out there to Lake Ontario and takes all these big cargo and tourist ships around Niagara Falls, because Lake Erie is about a couple hundred feet higher than Lake Ontario, hence the falls and the rapids leading to the falls. The canal takes them through a series of locks, under some drawbridges, and up to Lake Ontario, where they can eventually connect to the St. Lawrence River and the St. Lawrence Seaway all the way out to the Atlantic Ocean. This is the beginning of how they go around Niagara Falls. This is one of the 8 locks on the Welland Canal, and you can see it's about to operate. These gates are going down. I mean, this gate closest to us is going to close, the upper gate's going to open so a ship can come through. So now you can see that both gates are closed on both ends. The water will be going up here towards the Lake Erie level, because this is the first lock, it's actually the 8th lock. I guess it depends which way you're going. But the water in the lock will be raised now so that it matches the Lake Erie level, and then the boat or ship, which I really don't see back there, but there must be something back there for them to have changed it, those gates will then open, go in at that level, the locks will be lowered, the boat will come out, and keep heading north up towards Lake Ontario. Now you see the upper gates opening, now that the water has risen to match the Lake Erie level. Then a ship, which I still don't see, plus there's a drawbridge there that's down, so the ship must be back there quite a ways yet. The ship will be able to come into the lock, get lowered down to the, oh, there it is, it's that little boat. Doesn't matter how big or small it is, you're not going over Niagara Falls unless you're going over in a barrel. So they're doing this whole operation for that little boat. So that boat will then come into the locks, the water will be lowered, then the boat will be on its way north to the next set of locks. 7 more to go to get to Lake Ontario if he's going that far. So here we go over a drawbridge. Now this is not the main shipping canal because the bridge over here heading
at the light. Turn right onto Niagara Street.
East is clearly fixed, so you're not getting a ship under that. But this is just for pleasure craft, I believe. This connects to the main Welland Canal, but this is not the main shipping channel of it. We're actually going to be, or actually we were on an island there. Now we're just coming off the island. So we're going to have lunch here at the Bridgewater Brewery here in the town of Welland. Then we'll head off to a monastery winery as we make our way north towards Lake Ontario.
Those of you who know us well will find it shocking I tell you, but we've taken a slight detour to go to a winery that Mrs. E-Hermes discovered in a monastery, correct?
Yes.
So here we are at the Mount Carmel Monastery in Niagara Falls. The grounds look out over the Niagara River right before Niagara Falls. and I'm sure their wines are heavenly, right, Mrs. E-Hermes?
Yeah.
Well, our faith appears to have been misplaced. Unfortunately, they were out of the red blend that we were really here. It was a blend of Cabernet Sauvignon and Merlot, but they're out of it for the year, so I guess we have to come back. All right, I'm done preying on your sense of humor. One more religious pun. But anytime you're here, I would stop by here. They have a beautiful grounds, like I say, that overlook the river. And you can see the rapids out there. I know you can't see in the picture because it's a little far away. But it's a beautiful place to sit out and have a little snack and a glass of wine. Here's perhaps a better view of the approach to the tunnel going under the canal. So we're going down this hill, and then the concrete structure is the tunnel, and then the cradle above that actually holds the canal. Here we are going underneath it, and it's pretty narrow. We're right back out the other side. When we were looking at the map, this was in red, so I think the drawbridge might have been up. So we might see a ship. There's one down there. I'm not sure that's the one that came through. And there's another big lock down there with a really big gate. Hopefully you can see that. As we work our way back and forth across the canal, the drawbridge is currently up because this guy right here, he's gonna come right through here, under this bridge, maybe 30 feet, 40 feet from the car. He's really big, so big things when they're moving look like they're moving slower. He's actually going a pretty good clip, I'd say, coming through here. I can't see exactly, but it looks like he's got 3 feet, 2 feet maybe off the concrete. If that. Now he looks like he's 6 inches, but he hasn't hit it. Pretty good driving up there, buddy. Pretty good driving. As Mrs. E-Hermes pointed out to me, as high as he's sitting in the water, he must be empty. Here we are at the extreme north end of the Welland Canal, out to open Lake Ontario. Coming around this way. The fence doesn't help the view here, but you can see the first or last, depending on which direction you're going, set of locks that takes you back down to Lake Erie. Back up to Lake Erie, actually, because Lake Erie is higher than Lake Ontario. So this gives you a better sense of how high that water really is up there. It's coming right over the top of those gates. So it's full to the top of that. They'll have to lower that water all the way down to let that big orange ship come through here to go on out into Lake Ontario. And on a windswept day, here is the very north end of the Welland Canal, where it opens up into Lake Ontario. The very north end. See the waves coming in from the lake, pushing up into the canal. The views along the bluffs, particularly from Niagara-on-the-Lake, looking down into Lake Ontario, are beautiful. Unfortunately, it was a little cloudy today. I'm sure on a sunny day it would be even more spectacular. And now we are into the heart of the Niagara-on-the-Lake wine area. Vineyards, wineries. I think there's a distillery or two too. But we're going to concentrate on the wineries before we head back to Ohio. So not only is the area good for growing grapes, it's good for growing fruit trees as well. I believe there are some apple trees and some cherry trees here. Next up is Two Sisters Vineyards. It is apparently nearly harvest time because the vineyards are just dripping, hanging with grapes ready to be picked. It's quite the wine growing neighborhood. Beautiful estate there. Beautiful Mrs. E-Hermes there. And the two sisters here. As you can see, Mrs. E-Hermes really liked the wine. She got 6 bottles. Pretty good stuff here. Two Sisters Winery. We started at the Carmelite Monastery, and today we're at the god of ice hockey, Wayne Gretzky Estates, where we're going to be trying his wines and see if he's as good at making wine as he was at playing hockey. Oh, Wayne, you sly devil, you. Not only the winery, but the distillery as well. 2 wineries are enough for today. We have to still clear customs and then drive all the way back to Northeast Ohio. About 4.5 hours. We should get home about 11 o'clock. We're going to charge here in Niagara Falls, Ontario. And then I think we have a quick top off in ERIE, PA, and that'll get us home. We hope you enjoyed this video of the Welland Canal and some wineries in Niagara region of Ontario. If you did, please hit that like button. Please subscribe and please hit that bell button to be notified of upcoming content. Thank you!